Right, I decided to scrap my idea of doing a trailer breakdown because almost every YouTuber has done that. So I'm going to show you what the confirmed cars are in the trailer. There are a lot to identify here. There's a lot of cool cars. First of all, in this scene, we do see a lot. Even though it's very hard to see these vehicles, we do see quite a lot. We see a Bobcat pulling a boat here. These typical NPC vehicles. You see a baller on the left there. Now, I will be going through the cars in the game, pointing towards the cars. Apart from that, I do see other vehicles, like the Stratum right there. And yeah, I was trying to refrain from going into so much of these pixelated vehicles because they're not pleasant to look at and there is room for error. But I'm pretty sure you guys wouldn't mind that. There's cars in the background of this scene. You can see them in the car park, but you really cannot cannot tell. And yeah, there's many scenes which don't involve cars, but this scene I just had to highlight because look at the detail in Lucia's clothing. I'm hoping it's not just a cutscene where there's so much detail, but the lining in the fabric, stitching, everything is so pristine and clear. Yeah, there's a lot to dissect in terms of trailer breakdown, which I did spend like 5 hours doing. But yeah, I'm not uploading that. In this scene, you do see the lifeguards on their quads. New lifeguard vehicle, which seems to be the Caracara 4x4. So you'll see a better image of it soon. I'm not too knowledgeable on boats, so if anyone can help me out that know a bit more about boats and planes, that could just write it in the comment section. I'd really like to know as well. And the more I can learn about GTA 6, the more I can prepare for GTA 6. But yeah, along with the, the wildlife looks crazy and everything, but we're here for the cars. Here we see a closer up version of that Caracara, which can tow now. Look, it can actually tow. It never could tow. Caracara can tow, and maybe a lot of other vehicles can now tow. Again, sorry, I don't know much about boats. Speedboats look insane. It's obvious that it's a race. And it looks crazy how that container, if you guys have a look at this container up here, you'll see it being offloaded so quickly, and I think that's just Rockstar showing that you can do that in the game. It's like the speed of the speedboats. Look how fast it's being offloaded. And here we see Lucia outside of a Zeruso here, hanging out of a Zeruso, which is getting filmed by a Furia, and the Furia is a camera van, and we do see ambient lighting in the interior, which you can definitely say that the interior is going to have a really good upgrade. And you can see the light bar. The light bar seems to have an upgrade. You can't really tell. Yeah, if we're talking about pops, if we look at the flames on the car, they look like they have a different pattern. But from here, what I can see it is a blurry kind of background, but it seems like the similar type of pops. The flame sizes seem to be a bit different, and there's cars that you can see in the background which are more clearer later on. And this scene is probably one of the more highlighted scenes. It looks crazy what we can see here. We can see a Chrysler 300 which has been dubbed, has been modified, and it's been modified. I'd like to stress here that Rockstar have actually thought about car modifications. They've actually got a car that is subtle. They've got a donk vehicle. They've got a lowrider. But this Chrysler 300 looks really incredible. And it looks so similar to the real life version. Here on the left, on the pedestrian side, we've got a normal Primo. And we've got a Chino behind it. And we've got the Granger as well, the 3600, which was added like 2 years ago in GTA 5. But this Chrysler is definitely the highlight of this scene. We do see a Tulip M100. Let's zoom into that. We got the Buccaneer, of course, low-rided. And look at the tires on it. They're quite thick. Number plates are clearly different. Everyone's identified that. We got the Tulip M100 with the donk. And it just seems like there will be a modification variant like Benny's, where we can actually donk the vehicle. Maybe in Benny's. Maybe Benny has made it over to GTA 6, which seems very likely. And we've got a Washington in the background donked as well. So it seems like that is the culture, the theme of this car meet. And yeah, Rockstar's thought of more than one variant of car culture here. But blink and you'll miss it. Do look in the background. You can see variants of Audis here. You can see in the background, we can see an Audi, maybe A5. And it seems to be a pedestrian vehicle too. And then, yeah, you'll miss it very quickly because there's so much distractions going on in this film. And this is kind of a good sign. This is a good sign because Rockstar are trying not to show the newer vehicles. They're trying to show vehicles that are already in the game, because at the end of it, they want it to be normalized that there'll still be GTA 5 cars and GTA 6. And in terms of vehicles, they're the least important thing. I think they can be fixed at the end. If there's any bugs or anything with cars, it's not as big as a deal as there being a bug in the game meta. The bike here, to me, it looks like the Panigale V2 or V4, sorry. And I'm not too educated when it comes to bikes, but that is a wild guess. If someone could correct me, I would appreciate it. And the thing to highlight on this is the modifications. These modifications, you can get tire writing on it. It seems like you can get an exhaust modification on it, an aftermarket exhaust. But yeah, tire writing is a new option. And yeah, nightclub scenes, we don't really see any cars. And this part here, I tried my best to dissect the car in the background. It's not happening. It's too blurry. It could be a Revolta. Yeah, that's just me wild guessing because I can't see it. I cannot see that. Yeah, we'll carry on. And in this scene, we do see a Bobcat in the bottom. We see a Yuga van. Sorry for the timeline, the YouTube timeline. We see a Bison. And we see a trailer, which is very interesting. I wonder how the trailer is going to work. Will the trailer even work? Will it have like a open interior? And then other than that, it's very hard. I tried my hardest to look at these cars. This could be anything. This could be a Banshee here to the opposite end of the spectrum, like a Casco. But I do see a Baller there in the car park. But this scene is very, very interesting. Now, we have the obvious cars, which we can see. And there's cars that zoom past the screen, which are very, very interesting. Now, first of all, we've got the Comet S2. We've got the Comet S2 Cabrio version. We've got the Cheetah Classic. And we do have the Carbonazar. We have two bikes, which I couldn't really tell what the other bike was, and that was clear. These are not so clear. Coquette D10. Then we got the Rebler GTS. And then we got something red there in the background. But we got the Granger right at the back there, which we've already seen. Another Tulip M100. And then we've got Michael's Tailgater, which is brought back into the game. Another Granger, Coquette D10, a Jugular. This is just shouting, you know, Rockstar are trying their best to get the cars that are already in the game on this trailer, just to not show much of the other cars. I think on the left here, we have the Ballista. If it's not a Ballista, then it'll be a new car. It's very hard to see with the color and it zooming past the screen. But what we also see zooming past the screen behind the Hellfire, which I didn't mention, is a new car. And this new car is, wait for it, the Aventador. A spitting image of the Aventador. It's clear that this is the Aventador. I don't know what it looks like from the rear. It might look like a different car from the rear. It looks like an SV, and they've just made a better version of it. And yeah, that car being followed by a Shafter, and then following them both, we have the Dominator GTX. There seems to be a new car as well that suits the era of like the Bel Air and the Tornado, but I don't know what it is. And yeah, I get it. People are going to be bummed out. Again, I've said it so many times in this video. But yeah, it seems like Rockstar are just hiding these cars, these new cars. From up here, I cannot see anything. I wish I could. Because there was a lot of cars there. It seems to me here we have an older Ultima. Just another casual NPC car that is new to the game. Now, it's hard to decipher from this shot. You'd think you'd extract a lot here. But with the smoke, with the top-mounted view, I can tell you what I'm confident is here. The Washington, again, I want to clarify that these are updated versions of the Washington. I could definitely see the Cypher here with the Buccaneer behind it and the Dominator ASP besides it. I think we are looking at the Chino again. And I'm trying to think what muscle car this is. I'm just going to say Vamos for now, but that one could be wrong. And yeah, it's too hard. It seems to be a new vehicle, which is here. And it's also on the left side of the screen, which is here. Now, whatever this vehicle is, it does have a light bar on the grille. And I would like some help on extracting what that vehicle is. Some people may know it. It might be in the American market and it might have a light on the grille in real life. We have the Tailgater again on the left. Now, I don't know if I'm seeing things here, but clearly that is an LG Retro. But for some reason, top view at the front does not look like an LG Retro to me. We have the Penumbra up here. I think the Hellfire right here. And another Dominator ASP in the middle. There seems to be a few Dominator ASPs. I do apologize if I get this scene wrong. It's very dark, it is smoky. But from top mount view, this looks like another Hellfire. You can't really tell what this other car is. It just looks like a shadow drifting, to be honest. Then we have the Carbonizer again on the top right here. And it looks like we have the Comet S2, the Buccaneer, and the Goltner Classic Custom. So yeah, in the background here, we do look like we have a crossover type Ford, which could be the Cougar. Now this car here does look to me like a Ford Cougar or a Puma, but certain angles it does look like a Golf as well, as you'll see later on in the video. Here we've got body cam footage, and we have that one scene where it's another social media post, and we have a new big truck, which is quite obvious it's based on the Ram 3500. And we do have another sheriff vehicle on the left here, which looks like it's based on the Buffalo, the original Buffalo. I could be wrong there. The one in the background as well. There's something here in the background which is too hard for me to see with the pixels. I am in 4K, but I don't know. If you do know, if you've got good eyes, let me know what you think that is. We've clearly here got a ruiner, and you can see even the older cars, even the first generation cars in GTA 5 have updated interior in GTA 6. It looks amazing, and the duct tape holding up the armrest is really funny. And in this shot, is it even safe to assume anything? A lot of people may know from this back window split what car it is. Look at the custom paint job though. I think that's something that needs to be highlighted. Like, we don't have this in GTA. We have metallic. We don't have this metallic with metal flakes going through it. I wish it could show a bit more in the wing mirror. I think that's something that we're not supposed to see as well. But yeah, if you do know what this truck is, I can't really identify it from only the top windows. Also, do comment it. The next car scene, there's quite a few vehicles here. There's the Bison in the background. There's a new monster truck, which looks insane. It doesn't look like the monster trucks we have right now. There's that same Caracara in the background. And over here we have it seems like the bed of the Caracara. So this seems like a Caracara that is a monster truck. It seems like we've got a different kind of lift kits in the game. And then over here we have the Outlaw. That is quite obvious. And I think I might as well mention while I'm here, it seems like Jason does like muscle cars, and the poster car is, well, seems to me like the Oldsmobile, the 1969 Oldsmobile. I think it's the Cutlass. Is that how you say it? And adding to the confusion, I feel embarrassed for not knowing what this car is in the background. But it only shows us kind of the backwater and fender of the car. It's very hard to decipher. And again, I would like your help on this one. And it seems like in this scene, we've got, you know, another Crown Vic, which seems like a updated version of the Washington, which could be that same donk car we were talking about. So a street version of that car. And then behind it, it seems to be a Ford Explorer. So yeah, in GTA, they're going to have a Ford Explorer, which this one looks quite good, to be honest. Now, top mount view of this scene. Again, there's a lot of cars. It seems to be another tow vehicle carrying tires. We see the Hellfire, but we see a police variant, a sheriff's variant of the Hellfire, which is cool to see. We see a new van. I wouldn't really know what van it is. Now, this could be the Hellion, which will be an easy answer, but it seems to be based on the Sand King from Vice City. And then from the top here, it seems like a car that's based on a Golf. It looks like a Golf from up here. But if you go to the next couple of scenes, we've got bike scenes, and it seems like there's so many variants of police cars, because now we've got a Ford Taurus police car and the Buffalo STX police car. And yeah, ignoring that for a bit, we'll look at the top here. We got the Banshee. We've got an updated version of the Bison, which is another Ram. We've got the Futo, which doesn't look like it's updated. There's another car up there, but I really cannot tell what it is. To me, it looked like an E-Class from the rear. Part of this scene is that Comet Retro, because that Comet Retro has a 964 rear end. That seems so cool, and to know that Rockstar are doing that, they're updating the cars in them subtle ways, excites me a lot. Trying to make out what this car is in the top right. It's very hard to see from here. The grains of the video don't really help. It could be another Hellfire. With these pickups, it seems that you can... They have cargo, it seems. It's like you can almost carry stuff on there. In this scene, we see the Tulip. We see an updated Dubster, it seems. We have the Vice City Stories Sand King / Hellion. And on the right of it, it seems like we have an old 80s farmer truck. On the left being a Q5 or a Q7. But yeah, this one is very obviously a Tulip, which at the rear does have a load of bumper stickers. I think you can actually put stickers on. It seems like there's a lot of sticker modifications. We do see that same tulip and then another M1 F150, and that is it. That is it. There are many cars in here. There are many cars that I might have not got my head around that you may have. If you do, please comment that. But at least we can get a bit further now in confirming what's in GTA 6, and it's not all as bad as we see. It's not all the same vehicles. They're definitely hiding these new vehicles. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and see you guys in the next one.